Welcome back, everybody. We were having a big problem with recess light switches. So as you can see, the covers don't quite fit. And this was a problem with the electricians. They came in and they kind of rushed through it. They're really nice people, but it was a big problem.
So we got some adapters to try to make the job easier and try to make them as level or even as possible. Some of the switches were also crooked, so we wanted to make it almost acceptable way, visually and functional, so we can actually use the switches.
And we got those on Amazon, so we'll link those below. And here's what the bag looks like when it came in the mail.
So obviously we had to have the power off at the breaker, and then we have to pull the switches out, and then we're going to go ahead and try to pull them through the adapter. It's not that easy. I had to be careful not to pull the switches out. So I'm putting it back in and have to make sure none of the connections are touching each other. One was pretty close to the ground wire, so I had to push it in with a needle nose pliers.
And this wasn't that easy, guys. I mean, depending on how big your problem is, we had to keep adjusting, unscrew, screw again, unscrew, screw again. You have to get it just right. And the little tabs on the top part of the switches, they were all bent. I mean, these guys really rushed through this. So we had to fix that, unscrew again, screw back. So you have to be very, very patient if you have a severe problem like we did. Now, the switches weren't the only thing that were like this. Almost all our outlets were like that. So we'll do another video on fixing the outlets. But yeah, we had this problem like all over the house. You see how many times we had to adjust. And also some of the plaster in the corners, because there were giant holes everywhere. So we had to like plaster it up. So we had to cover that up with some plaster, and then it wasn't quite as flat, because remember, we're not professionals. It wasn't quite as flat as we wanted it to be, so we had to like chisel out a piece. And yeah, this was a really big struggle. What do you think, Marcos?
Yeah, I guess you need some patience to do it, to go through it, but easy, just get it done. Just keep on trying.
Just get it done. Wow, and this took so much longer than we thought. We just went ahead and had a coffee break because we were just going nuts. Anyways, I'll show you how to do that later on. So finally, we were able to put the plate on. Finally, we'll have to caulk the edges, but at least we have some safety here. Every time I use the switch, I think I'm gonna get zapped. We've already gotten zapped several times, so this was a good upgrade for us. And finally, voila. Do we have light? Do we have light? Yes. Yes, we have light. So thank you for joining us today. And here is how we make our coffee, if you want to stick around for that. If not, we'll see you next time and see what our next struggle will be. Bye-bye.